The Shepherd King's Stronghold. I've spent some time scratching the surface of the dangerous and corrupt parts of this world, so I wanted to switch it up and design some of its more wholesome aspects. The Shipwright's home is nestled in a remote valley where a mountain range splits in two. The mountains descend into foothills and finally into forests and rolling plains, perfect for pasturing immense flocks. Right in the center of the valley, a mountain has left one small offshoot in the form of a hill. With a steep cliff overlooking a bend in the river, it provides a defensible position with maximum visibility. The Shipwright's shepherding ancestors saw its potential as a safe refuge and began construction on a family home. The primary text doesn't officially mention what the Shipwright did before God called him to his new mission. Looking for clues in the text, there is a long heritage of shepherds in this family line, from Abel to Abraham to David, so I'm taking a leap in saying that that's what the Shipwright was. Thankfully, it also has a lot of explaining power for later aspects of the story. I've sketched in a village at the bottom of the hill, and I'll probably explore that in more detail later. For now, I'm thinking of it as the supporting village that has grown around the successful, centuries-old shepherding kingdom. My main focus for this video is the Shepherd King's Stronghold. His family has remained faithful for generations. To demonstrate that God remains at the center of their lives, I'm positioning an open-air altar at the center of their house. This would be where the kingdom would gather to worship. Leading to the altar would be a semi-enclosed court. Most official gatherings like feasts, ceremonies, and major announcements would occur here. The main gate leads directly to the court. Most visitors would only ever travel from the gate to the court to the altar and back again. One wing is centered around the kingdom's industry. There's a work court used to host more private meetings that's lined with offices for the Shepherd King's staff. His own office is at the end of the wing. I wanted to include a tower here from which he can survey the entire valley. The other wing is dedicated to the family. There's another family court, like a large common room where they can enjoy private family events or simply spend time together, surrounded by bedrooms and any other rooms as needed. The Shipwright and his wife's bedroom is at the end of this wing, providing yet another glorious view of the valley. As the years have gone by, they've expanded, adding rooms, building out extensions. Outside the main walls, they've built more housing and support buildings for the staff. Sharp-eyed viewers will notice that I didn't account for absolutely everything. Where's the kitchen? You didn't draw every bathroom. Rest assured, this is the first pass in an iterative process. I'm filling up blank paper so that I can get a better view of the whole. This first attempt showed me a lot, and there are things I'd already changed, but I have to work in layers, literally and figuratively. Floor plans are fun and necessary, but they can also be difficult to interpret. With this floor plan in place, I wanted to test it out in 3D. Think of this model as a paper and foam core mock-up. Very often, an idea that you thought worked on paper falls flat on its face when you bring it into 3D. To make sure I failed early and often, I built quickly, trying to focus on getting a sense of proportion and scale. While it certainly helped me figure out a few details, it wasn't quite enough for my purposes. I'm nowhere near ready to start building a real model. There's still a lot for me to learn, but I wanted to make a version that was a little more decisive. I've decided to spare you the building montage for this version. Instead, I'll show you how far I took it. By trying to get more intentional, I had to solve a lot more problems. One example would be the front gate. I wanted to elevate the house so that it almost sat on top of the walls. This meant that I had to create a staircase within the wall. I think it adds a nice touch. I also decided to include a huge tree growing in the central court. A major theme for this place will be legacy. Long before he became the Shipwright, the Shepherd King inherited the responsibilities of this kingdom, living under the shade of trees he didn't plant, and feeling the important burden to plant trees of his own. I wanted to begin to imply a proficiency with wood beam construction. When he takes on his eccentric project, I thought it would be good if the construction of his stronghold demonstrated a well-established skill set. While many won't understand his obsession, it won't look like an amateur endeavor. Eventually, my goal is to be able to polish up a model like this to look good enough to use as actual backgrounds in the story. Step by step, I'll get there, but for now, I can use this model as an underdrawing. First off, I wanted an establishing shot to show the house in the context of the valley around it. I blocked in some quick mountain sketches for the sake of the composition. From here, I started sketching in more detail, using my rough block-in shapes as bones. Adding some brick texture, some extra vegetation, a few architectural details. Thankfully, I realized pretty quickly that my model was detailed enough that I could use the model itself for a lot of the architectural drawing. For the hill, the river and the cliffside are the ideal defensive features. This means they can build one main wall and safely keep their backs to the open. Descending from the Stronghold, I pictured a mixture of terraced farming and vineyards. For those who know the story, I had to plant vineyards in close proximity to the house. In easier times, the Shepherd King may have been something of a connoisseur. I used the color from the model as a leaping off point, patching a few holes, smoothing a few things over. I'm not thinking of this as a finished illustration. This is more like visual development work, hacking things together for the sake of being able to see what it might look like. The mountain sketches were never going to cut it. I pulled together some of my own Rocky Mountain photos and slapped them on top. Again, not a final illustration, but a hacked together piece of visual development. To cap it off, I wanted to paint in some clouds. I love clouds. I stare at them all the time, and I love drawing them. However, I'm pretty critical of my own renditions of clouds. It's all too easy for me to rest on the same old simplistic techniques. So in an effort to continue to stretch my skills, I pulled up some reference and tried to practice something a bit more convincing. There was something I was trying to achieve with this image. There's a feeling you get when you're standing on the side of a mountain, staring across vast and beautiful distances. You appreciate creation on a whole other level, and your own part in it feels smaller and bigger somehow. It feels like there's more air in your lungs than you know what to do with. I wanted to attempt to capture a little bit of that feeling. This stronghold should feel remote, but safe. It's the ancient home of people who deeply appreciate creation. While we know the ultimate fate of this world, and many things will be destroyed that ought to be destroyed, I want this place to add a bit of melancholy. There should be at least one place that's obliteration breaks our hearts. Now we've seen the front, but I also want to get a good shot of the back, the heart of this place. I sketched in a cliff face, making sure that it was a steep enough drop that no enemies would consider making the ascent a reasonable strategy. I did include a small staircase from the office wing. Thankfully, if it's narrow enough, it could still be easy to defend. Plus, the river at the bottom would make a meaningful assault incredibly difficult. The central altar yard is designed to feel like a natural extension of the valley beyond, almost like an infinity pool, but for verdant pasture land. Later on, I imagine the shipwright's wife planting a beautiful garden in here. There are many more details I could add, but for now I'm focused on the structure itself, from hanging walls to artwork to furniture. Through flashbacks, I'd like to show this household in various states. In the background, the river continues to wind through the valley to where the mountains rejoin each other. The valley is full of vast stretches of plains for flocks, but there are also large patches of forest that are harvested for lumber. This can be brought to the river and floated back home, far easier than carting it home across the fields. So, there we have it. The first pass at the shipwright's home. Like a good shepherd, it stands watch over the vast pasture lands below, a peaceful refuge in a world gone mad, and the place where the beginning ends. You can help this project. Click the buttons, leave a comment, go to my website, buy a book or a print, follow me on stuff, sign up on Patreon. Thank you all so much for the support you've already shown. It's been overwhelming, and a special thank you to my Dragon Tier patrons. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.